Hello again. Today we'll be installing crash bars on a BMW F800GS. Our AltRider bars are made here in the USA from 1-inch diameter 304 stainless steel. The hand TIG welds and precision 3D laser cut copes are far superior to the crushed weld points seen in other designs. We maintain a full tube profile at the weld, yielding a much stronger weld joint. Machined mount points with very tight tolerances ensure perfect mating to the mount bosses and to the frame of the bike. You won't find loose spacers and sloppy fits here. Our upper mount is the only one on the market that uses OEM hardware and recesses the fastener deep into the frame, meaning it stays clear of your legs and knees while maintaining the strongest possible connection. Down low on the motor, the shape of our bars help to protect the vulnerable clutch cover on the right side of the bike in case of crash or tip over. Now let's take a look at how to install them. Here are the tools you'll need to install your AltRider crash bars. We've got a T50 Torx tool, a medium length extension, a 3/8 ratchet, a 6mm Allen tool, and a 4mm Allen tool. Here's what you'll get in the box. First, you'll have your left and right stainless steel AltRider crash bars. You'll have a hardware kit including 4 M6s and 4 M8s with 4 M8 washers, as well as a machined billet aluminum connector piece. Lastly, you'll have paper instructions in English and a 0.5 milliliter of thread locker. Now, before we even go to the bike, we'll want to pre-install the machined billet aluminum center connector into the right side crash bar. At AltRider, left or right always refers to the rider's right or the rider's left. The lower mount flange can be used to easily identify which bar is left and which one is right. Now, take your billet connector and insert it into the tube. Now take 2 of your M6 flathead fasteners, and after applying 1 drop of thread locker to the last couple of threads on each, insert them and just turn them a couple of turns with your hand. We want to leave a bit of play here so that fitment in later steps is a lot easier. Next, we'll remove the motor mount bolt from the frame. Use a T50 Torx bit to remove the OEM fastener. Keep it handy because you'll use it to attach the crash bars. When removing this fastener, be aware that there is a rather large spacer behind the frame, and when you pull the fastener out, that spacer will drop out. Now, take your right side crash bar and line it up so that the upper mount slides into the frame, and the lower mount bosses line up with those on the motor. Take the 2 longest M8 bolts with 1 washer on each, and after applying 1 drop of thread locker on the last couple of threads, insert them into the lower mount flange. As with the center connector, just turn these a few turns for now. We want the crash bar to have a little bit of play for now. Reinsert the aluminum spacer behind the frame, and use the OEM motor mount bolt to secure the crash bars to the bike frame. Don't use thread locker on this fastener. Just turn this a couple of turns for now. You can come back later and tighten it to OEM specs. We need to leave this fairly loose as it'll make fitment of the left side crash bar a breeze. Here we are on the left side of the bike now. Once you've removed the motor mount bolt, just as you did on the right side, you can grab your left crash bars and put it on. Make sure you line up the tube with the billet connector first, then insert the upper mount into the frame of the GS. Let's install the lower mount flange bolts first. The longer of these 2 M8s goes in front and the shorter one in the rear position. Don't forget your washers and 1 drop of thread locker on the last couple of threads of each of these. Again, turn these just a few turns for the time being. It's time to put in the last 2 fasteners. We left everything pretty loose up till now, specifically so that we could get the tightest fit up front. You're threading steel fasteners into aluminum here, so be very careful in this step. These fasteners should glide right in. They should not require excessive force. If you are having difficulty, check to make sure you're not over-tightened on any of the other fasteners, then work again to align the billet connector properly. When you feel you've lined it up correctly, insert the 2 fasteners and don't forget thread locker on these last 2 flathead M6s. You'll torque all 4 of these now to 8 Newton meters. Now that the bars are installed, it's time to go back to the upper mounts and the lower mount flanges and ensure the bolts are tightened to the OEM specs dictated by BMW for your model and year.